Known for her boundless energy and pert demeanor, legendary actress Debbie Reynolds made memorable turns. From the moment that she first stepped on screen, one thing was clear. The American movie industry had a new sweetheart. With her girl-next-door looks, charm, and talent, she quickly became a Hollywood sensation. After all, her first leading role was in the iconic Singin' in the Rain. Yet, behind closed doors, Reynolds' life was tainted with struggles, but she handled everything with grace and dignity, up until her final tragic hours on Earth. From public scandal to heartbreak, here are little-known facts about Debbie Reynolds, Hollywood's tragic girl next door. Before we begin, don't forget to watch this video to the end, smash the red button to subscribe, and the bell button to get notified of our new videos. Who was Debbie Reynolds? Born April 1st, 1932, Mary Frances Reynolds, known professionally as Debbie Reynolds, was an American actress, singer, and businesswoman whose career spanned almost 70 years. Debbie was of Scotch-Irish and English ancestry and was raised in a strict Nazarene church and a member of the International Order of Job's Daughters, now called Job's Daughters International. Her mother took in laundry for income, while they lived in a shack on Magnolia Street in El Paso. "We may have been poor," she said in a 1963 interview, "but we always had something to eat, even if Dad had to go out in the desert and shoot jackrabbits." One of the advantages of having been poor is that you learn to appreciate good fortune and the value of a dollar, and poverty holds no fear for you because you know you've gone through it and you can do it again. But we were always a happy family and a religious one, and I'm trying to inculcate in my children the same sense of values, the same tone that my mother gave me. When Reynolds was a 16-year-old student at Burbank High School in 1948, she won the Miss Burbank Beauty Contest. Soon after, she had a contract with Warner Brothers and acquired the nickname Debbie via Jack L. Warner. Tomboy next door. One of her closest high school friends said that she rarely dated during her teenage years in Burbank. They never found her attractive in school. She was cute, but sort of tomboyish, and her family never had any money to speak of. She never dressed well or drove a car, and I think during all the years in school, she was invited to only one dance. Reynolds agreed, saying, "When I started, I didn't even know how to dress. I wore dungarees and a shirt. I had no money, no taste, and no training." Reynolds didn't care about clothes or fancy things and stayed pretty close to her family despite the glamorous environs. Despite her image as a tomboy, once Reynolds hit her teen years, it was clear that she was a great beauty. When she was 16 years old, she won the Burbank Beauty Contest thanks to her impression of movie star Betty Hutton. She had only entered the competition because contestants received a silk scarf, blouse, and a free lunch. At the 1948 Miss Burbank contest, talent scouts from both Warner Brothers and MGM were in attendance. After Reynolds won, they both wanted to sign her, but they resolved the conflict in an ingenious way. Instead of starting a bidding competition, they simply flipped a coin. Warner Brothers won the toss and immediately signed Reynolds. Breakout. Reynolds' very first film was a non-speaking role in the film June's Bride, but this was just to get her feet wet. You see, Warner Brothers wasn't about to waste the talent they'd won in that legendary coin toss. Her next role, in The Daughter of Rosie O'Grady, was written specifically for her. But the special treatment ended there. Every day on the set of The Daughter of Rosie O'Grady, the makeup department would glue back Reynolds' ears since the studio thought they were too big. Then, as if that wasn't humiliating enough, the glue would dissolve under the hot lights on set and they'd pop back out. After weeks of this, Reynolds' mother went to disturbing lengths to fix the problem. She arranged to have her daughter's ears surgically pinned back. Breakout to heartbreak. The Daughter of Rosie O'Grady was supposed to be Reynolds' big breakout role, but she soon received heartbreaking news. Warner Brothers would no longer be producing musicals. However, there was a silver lining. MGM was ready and waiting for her. Rise to stardom. Reynolds' first role with MGM in the Fred Astaire vehicle, Three Little Words, net her the Golden Globe Award for Most Promising Newcomer in 1951. But that wasn't the only way that her time with Astaire would change her life. Based on the success of Three Little Words, MGM had the idea to make Reynolds the star of their next big music and dance feature, Singin' in the Rain. There was just one problem. Reynolds couldn't dance. The studio gave her a short time to learn, but every day she grew more and more frustrated until she reached an agonizing breaking point. Hard work pays. The final product of Reynolds' hard work and arduous training was the iconic film Singin' in the Rain. Her co-star, Gene Kelly, also directed and choreographed the film, and his perfectionism was taxing to everyone on set. Later, Reynolds would remark that the two hardest things she'd ever done in life were childbirth and making Singin' in the Rain. When Singin' in the Rain came out, it was a modest success with audiences and critics. As the years wore on, however, critics soon regarded it as one of the best musicals of all time. It's #1 on the American Film Institute's list of greatest movie musicals, and it made it into the Library of Congress's National Film Registry in 1989. Tender Love. Around the time she made Singin' in the Rain, Debbie Reynolds met and fell in love with a young singer and actor named Eddie Fisher. Both stars were young, beautiful, and wildly popular. To everyone on the outside, it seemed like a match made in heaven, until someone gave Reynolds a dire warning about her paramour. Personal life. Reynolds was married 3 times. Her first marriage was to singer Eddie Fisher in 1955. They became the parents of Carrie and Todd Fisher. The couple divorced in 1959, when it was revealed, shortly after the death of Elizabeth Taylor's husband, Mike Todd, that Fisher had been having an affair with her. Taylor and Reynolds were good friends at the time. The Eddie Fisher-Elizabeth Taylor affair was a great public scandal, which led to the cancellation of Eddie Fisher's television show. Reynolds' second marriage, to millionaire businessman Harry Carl, lasted from 1960 to 1973. For a period during the 1960s, she stopped working at the studio on Friday afternoons to attend Girl Scout meetings, since she was the leader of the Girl Scout troop, of which her 13-year-old daughter Carrie and her stepdaughter Tina Carl, also 13, were members. Reynolds later found herself in financial difficulty because of Carl's gambling and bad investments, and called it a quit. Final heartbreak. Reynolds' third and final marriage was to real estate developer Richard Hamlet in 1984. They eventually divorced in 1996, and Reynolds never remarried. Reynolds was hospitalized in October 2012 at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles due to an adverse reaction to the medication. She canceled appearances and concert engagements for the next 3 months. Death and legacy. On December 23, 2016, Reynolds' daughter, actress and writer Carrie Fisher, suffered a medical emergency on a transatlantic flight from London to Los Angeles and died on December 27 at the age of 60. The following day, December 28th, Reynolds was taken by ambulance to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles after suffering a severe stroke, according to her son. Later that afternoon, Reynolds was pronounced dead in the hospital. She was 84 years old. On January 9, 2017, her cause of death was determined to be intracerebral hemorrhage, with hypertension a contributing factor. Todd Fisher later said that Reynolds had been seriously affected by her daughter's death and that her grief was partially responsible for her stroke, noting that his mother had stated, "I want to be with Carrie," shortly before she died. Reynolds was entombed while her daughter was cremated. A portion of Carrie Fisher's ashes were laid to rest beside Reynolds' crypt at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills during a larger joint memorial service held on March 25th, while the remainder of Fisher's ashes is held in a giant novelty Prozac pill. On June 25, 2019, the New York Times Magazine listed Reynolds among hundreds of artists whose material was reportedly destroyed in the 2008 Universal fire. Though she wasn't here for long, I say this in all sincerity, that Debbie serves as an inspiration to all young American womanhood. She came up the hard way, and she has a realistic sense of values based on faith, love, work, and money. Life has been kind to her because she has been kind to life. She's a young woman with a conscience, which is something rare in Hollywood actresses and a refreshing sense of honesty. What is your greatest lesson from the Debbie Reynolds life story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.